Good morning, it's Yvonne here to do you What's Cracking reading. We're Christmas Eve. I actually think last year I may have done all the dressing up and everything, but things have just been so hectic this year. I don't know which end of me is which at the moment. I will continue to say thank you to you all for your support, your love and your beautiful comments. And for those who've come to me for personal readings, thank you for trusting me to do that. It's a beautiful honour to be able to read for you. If you do want a personal reading for me, I am going to be open through to the 6th of January. A lot of people take Christmas, New Year off and I can't, so we're going away in the middle of January. So from about the 7th to the 22nd, I think I'm offline. So if you want a reading, it will need to be before or after. And in light of that, I want to wish everybody a safe and wonderful holiday. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not, it's a beautiful time of the year to really be grateful for your family and for everything that's around you. If you're spending Christmas alone this year, my heart goes out to you. It's very difficult to be by yourself at Christmas and not have family around. So my heart definitely goes out to you there. So I wish you all the best Christmas all around the world, wherever you're watching this. In fact, if you're going to write back and say Merry Christmas back, please let me know where you're from. I love hearing where some of you are from. I've spoken to people in places I've never even heard of before. So please, make sure that you let me know where you're sending your wishes from. Thank you. I'd really appreciate that. All right, we're going to use the Millennium Thoth Tarot for your reading today. The readings this week have been a little bit on the, I suppose, the heavier or more, it's not just me. I rarely watch videos nowadays. I really pulled back from watching videos, YouTube videos. But I still have a couple of readers I really love to watch who are very accurate for me. So I'm watching them today and they're saying pretty much the same things, so it's a blast. Plus I get people who watch me writing to me, telephoning me, texting me, whatever, and saying I pulled all the same cards as you this morning. We are all part of one collective. It really goes to show how incredibly powerful spirit is in all of us. All right, we're all tuning into the same wavelength. Oh, look at what we get out. Okay, so we get the Empress coming straight out. So the Empress for me, I feel such a calm, peaceful feeling when I tune into this card this morning. There is a feeling of just total peace and total contentment with where you are on your journey. So I feel like many of you have maybe reached a place or a plateau where you're becoming more comfortable with who you are. Sometimes people say to me, and I had somebody say it yesterday, how far have I come on this journey? How am I doing? Whatever. And I think, if you're not sure how you're doing, have a look at yourself a month ago. Have a look at yourself a year ago. And if you can't tell me you've made huge changes in that time, well, then perhaps you need to change your approach or your idea or view of who you are. We are making a lot of changes in the human condition, a lot of positive changes around seeing ourselves in our truth, being able to be comfortable with who we are. That doesn't necessarily mean acting in a completely different way. It just means not being ashamed or feeling guilty for being yourself. And a lot of us unraveling, past energies, past traumas, in order to get to that point. So when you get the Empress like this, you can feel this sense of peace within many of you that you are at least somewhere on that journey, that you're feeling very comfortable with who you are. You might be ready to bring forth a new idea. Now you're standing in your own space. Sometimes that means that I feel comfortable to launch a business. I feel comfortable to go after the career I've always wanted, but definitely feeling very powerful energy in the Empress. This Knight of Pentacles has been, for me, coming out quite a lot this week. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow energy, but it's not a slow energy because this guy just does lazy and doesn't want to walk too fast. It's not. The Pentacles are an energy of strategy, well thought out processes, making sure you've got, you know, everything in order before you move forward. So it's very much that sort of being a little bit more cautious, but not in an impractical way, just taking things in stride. So something is coming towards you here, and it could be that the universe is saying this, you're a work in progress. You are a work in progress. It takes time. You can't expect, if you've gone through a lot of things in your life, to just undo them all in one day. It takes many, many years, days, weeks, months, whatever, to get to the point where you feel really comfortable with who you are. And some of us will not get completely to that point. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it shows slow progress. This is interesting. So I always honor the reversals. The Temperance card is a card that talks about balance, vibration, being in the right vibration for divine timing. So when it comes out in reverse, something here is stalled. So especially with this card here. So I feel like you're in a good place. You are ready for something. You're ready to bring something forward. You're ready to birth something. And you are making slow progress, but something is being stalled here. A truth. Oh my goodness, my stomach just dropped straight out then. You're stalling a truth. You still haven't quite got to that point with the Ace of Swords. Two of Wands, you've got to take a different direction. And we have the Emperor here as well. It's like you're being told that you're not quite where you need to be. Maybe for some of you it's to attain union. If you are considering union with someone, you're not quite where you need to be to bring in union. But what I feel like more than that is like this energy of not quite standing in your truth, not quite accepting something. Something is slow to change. And I feel like it might be that you're on that line, you're on the borderline of changing something or seeing something here that's going to help you move forward, because there's the universe, which sort of talks about the World card, the closing out of a cycle. What is it? That is really very different energy. All right, so we have the Strength card coming through there. I feel like I need to say to you, there's work to be still done before you can get to where you are. There's the Work card. All right, you are so close to being where you want to be. You are this far away. I feel like Maxwell's smart, this much. You are right on the borderline of making some sort of change here. Now, for some of you, it's stepping from the Empress into the Emperor energy. So being more in the energy of power, more in your masculine energy. For others of you, it sort of says to me, you're right on the borderline here of bringing a union back into being. And I feel like for others of you, what I'm going to say to you is somehow or another, the work you've done has brought you to a certain point, but there is still one more thing that you have to do to get across the line. And I'll have a look what that is. But I feel like it's almost like there's something here. Something very small standing between you and you being completely and utterly in your own truth. There is one little hiccup. Maybe it's that you haven't reached the level of self-confidence. Maybe you haven't reached the level of being truly accepting of who you are. But something here is just sort of got you right on the line. So let's see if we can see what's going on. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups energy coming through. So the Queen of Cups energy is an energy of, it's water, it's emotion. It's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. It's the energy of love, intuition, nurturing. She's probably in some ways, we always talk about the Empress embodying all four queens, but she would be that component of the Empress. There is something here you are not quite loving about yourself. So it might be that you're sitting back going, wow, I'm in a fabulous place, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then somebody says something to you and you're like, yeah, I'm not quite ready for that. I have a feeling this energy came through yesterday. So I speak to people sometimes and I say, you know, how are you going on your journey? You know, where are you at, or whatever else, especially if somebody's coming back after a period of time. And they'll say to me, you know what, I've worked really hard on myself. You know, I really feel like I've understood the self-love thing. I really, you know, I've come so far on my path. I feel confident. I feel happy. And I say, wow, what's next? Well, I'm ready to launch. I have a person in mind here, and I know you'll be listening to me this morning. But you're not the only person who said this. And then they'll say, but I don't know where I'm going on my life path, or I don't know where I'm going on my career. And I say, well, what do you want to do? Because it's got to be something that's in your heart space. Well, I've always wanted to do this. Why can't you do that then? Oh, I'm not ready yet. And I think that is what's holding you back. So it's like that one thing, that one little hiccup that is sitting between you and your glory, you and your possibilities. You are just holding yourself back from that line. It's almost like stopping a meter before the finish line, or missing the baton. There is something here that you are ready for, absolutely 100% ready for. Spirit is saying you're right in the right place, ready to grab that baton, get across the line. But for some reason, you're just faltering right before the line. Let's have a look at what that means. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords coming through. Look at her looking at the Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness, this sums it up perfectly for me. You know, you've got all this love, you've got all this nurturing, your intuition's really good. You need to make a decision. Why? Look at her face. Why are you not making this final decision? What is it that you want that you're holding back on? Because you are right on the finish line here. And I'm really drawn to the stork today. So for those of you who want to draw, there's a lotus here as well. A stork and a lotus would be really good for you to look up if you're relating to this. I feel like somehow or another, this Queen of Swords is saying here, the Empress energy doesn't finish here. The Empress energy has both these energies, but it's almost like you've got into this beautiful energy of the Queen of Cups, but you're not wanting to make this decision that's going to take you across the line. I love it. All right, so we have the Five of Cups coming through with the Eight of Swords. Look at this. This is the energy here. So there's still something here with the Five of Cups, maybe a little bit of hanging on to the past regrets here. You know, if it was a business you wanted to start up, for example, and you tried doing it before and it didn't do well, you're in a very different place this time. You know, you have the confidence, you have the self-esteem. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't get in your head here about what can go wrong, because it's happened in the past, it could happen again. It is definitely something you are holding yourself back on here. All right, so we have the beautiful Princess of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles. See, there it is. All right, and we have the Chariot. This Chariot is not moving at the moment. I love, look at what's pulling the Chariot here. But it's still, it isn't moving anywhere. So it's like you have this opportunity. It's right here with the Chariot. It's right here, but it's just not moving forward. Something here is going to promise a brand new beginning, but you've got to choose it. You've got to choose to do it. For some of you, this is a brand new financial start. For others of you, this may be a brand new physical start, like a new relationship, for example. It's very possible that you could be starting something here that is going to 100% take your life into a whole new realm. Jupiter energy this morning. So when I did the dice this morning, I got Scorpio in the 4th house. So for those of you interested in Scorpio in the 4th house with Jupiter, or Jupiter in the 4th house with Scorpio, it's Jupiter in Scorpio in the 4th house. That's the one I want. So I feel like here, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 7 of Cups all up. There is definitely a breaking of an illusion here. And the illusion is that you are not still what you want to be, where you want to go, what's the illusion that's holding you back. Is it this pain of the past that you think might happen again? Is it this sort of energy of still lingering on something in your past that is breaking, like pulling back on your energy? Because for me here, this energy with the 3 and 4 of cups is very, very powerful. The universe is saying, just take the cup and go. Just take it. Take the chance on it. Take the risk. Something here is going to be worth your while. The 10 of Wands tells me that there is something that is closing out here. You're right on the border of closing out something. Take one more card. I'm going to pull it from the middle for this one. Knight of Wands. The Moon card. You're hiding your wow, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right. You're holding your light under a bushel. I've heard that saying before. I think it may be biblical. What you are doing is you have achieved everything you feel you need to achieve here externally. But there is something within you here that you haven't exposed to the world yet. You're still keeping it secret with the Moon. What is it here that you fear showing because of your fear here of, look, Wheel of Fortune. Fear of showing the world what you are truly worth. This is the end of the cycle. This is the end of this illusion. This illusion here is something that you've hidden away from the world, believing that somehow or another you could not do this very last thing. It's the very last thing. And then you move into a brand new time. Something is about to, I want to say it's almost about to break within you. It's something that perhaps some of you just can't put your finger on. You know it's there. You can feel it, but you just can't put your finger on it. And it's about to break through here. This for me is like breakthrough energy. This is the end of something and breakthrough energy. This is something being unearthed here. Something being brought to the surface. Something that is life-changing for you here. Something that you feel very passionate and driven about. But you know, the Moon makes me feel like you've almost forgotten it. Because it's so very deep within you, you've forgotten you even had it here. Whatever this is going to launch your success, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. But it's like you just need to get through this one last step and just break through this illusion that's still holding you back. It's almost like you just have that veil to lift. All right, so I feel like you are ready to step into this energy. It's been a slow process here. This Temperance card says to me you're not quite ready because it came out in reverse. But I do see the Ace of Swords, so I know it's something to do with your truth of who you are. I have a new direction being forged here, quite possibly towards more power in yourself, taking back what truly belongs to you. Whatever this is, it's the completion of something and you understanding what is hidden deep within your shadow that you are still not showing to the world. Now, this could be for a number of reasons here. A number of reasons. Maybe you somehow don't feel that you have the strength. Maybe somehow you feel that you need a little bit more work. But I don't think you do. I don't think you need any more work. I think it's already there. It's just you've got to be ready to grab it. You just got to be ready to grab it and go. What is it? What is holding you back? What is this very last thing that you've got to embrace? All right, let's pull you a card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I don't know if I told you the story of this. I tried to buy this online at one of the major bookstores several months ago now. And it never turned up, so I wrote and said I haven't received it, and the woman said, well, we're out of stock now and they probably aren't going to reprint at the moment. And I was so disappointed. And the other day I took a little walk into Big W, and guess what was on the shelf? Was I meant to have this deck? Oh yeah. Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. Perfect card. All right, and they are so beautiful. Look at them. We are all sacred dreamers, dreaming the world into being. That's what it says inside the box. And again, the number 4 and 3, which was what we had Synchronicities, folks. 4 and 3, which is the number 7, which is the number of the illusion that you're cracking here. All right. Silly me, went to 43 and it's 34. We're all we all have our little foibles. Thanks. All right, this is past lessons, being well informed, and ancestral wisdom. There are times when you're meant to discover and explore new terrain in your life, even to be part of a wave of change. This is one of those times, and what you're contemplating is perhaps new to you, but others have laid well-worn paths and left wisdom for you to rely and reflect upon. This is so you have a better understanding of the potential and possible pitfalls on your journey. When you know the lay of the land, you are better able to fully experience what is being offered to you. This is a wonderful time to seek a mentor or good advice from an expert or elder. That way you will be able to meet life's opportunities and challenges. Knowing you have a map, now you can be curious about what else is here. This is a path that promises success in all areas. Where others before you have dared to tread, you will discover the treasure they have left behind for you to make your own. There it is, folks. Thank you.